Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Nightface, bringing you my spoiler review of Game of Thrones, the final season, episode 6 of season 8. It's officially over. Game of Thrones is no more. No more episodes after this. Still trying to wrap my head around that. I can't believe it. It's been quite a journey. Been a hell of a ride. Been a fan of this show. I started watching this since season 3, and I sped up on season 1 and 2, binge watched it, and then started watching season 3 from there on out as they aired. And yeah, we're gonna dive into spoilers again. So if you have not seen the episode, make sure you watch it. Spoiler warning. Let me give you my overall thoughts, how I felt about it, and my rating, and we're definitely gonna dive into spoilers. So, as you know, this has been a controversial season. A lot of fans are upset. If you don't know, if you're not aware, there is currently a petition to remake Season 8 of Game of Thrones. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, not really, because everything gets petitioned now. I'm pretty sure there's a Robert Pattinson being cast as Batman petition to recast him. That's how it is. So if you get upset about anything, just make a petition. But yeah, I really don't care for them. I feel like petitions are fucking pointless. The reason why I'm bringing that up is there's over 1 million signatures, as far as I know, in this Game of Thrones petition that all the fans were upset. These 1 million fans were upset the way season 8 has progressed, and I think it really started in episode 3, The Long Night, the way the Night King died. Now, I've been defending these past 5 episodes, but I started noticing the drop in the writing department. I started finding things very questionable. I still like the episodes, just certain decisions, storytelling wise, and character decisions. Um, yeah, very questionable, very perplexed. Started with episode 3, with Arya literally getting the drop on the Night King, killing him so easily. It felt so anticlimactic. I mean, this big, immense, threat that we've been building since season 1, since the first episode, Winter is Coming. The White Walkers were this massive, imminent threat, and just to see it end like that, it's so abrupt, was jarring. But again, it didn't deter from my love of the show. I still liked it. I went along with it. So 4, then 5, when Daenerys just went full on Mad Queen. Again, very jarring, questionable character. Just flip. That's just a character switch, just so abrupt, like out of nowhere. And a lot of people say, "Well, no, it makes sense. They were hinting at the Mad Queen for quite a long time." And I kind of see that, but in terms of execution, I thought that was very jarring. Nonetheless, I still enjoyed the hell out of the last episode. I didn't hate it. It was the last episode that really, really upset all the fans, and I started seeing like their perspective. I try not to let other people's opinions influence my own, but I do admit overpraising the last episode because, in technical point of view, it was outstanding. I mean, just the special effects, the dragons, just impressive cinematography. So it just, I guess my critical lens wasn't on during these 5 episodes. I mean, there were things I noticed. There were things that were warranted to fans being upset over, sure, but it wasn't enough to make me finally go, you know what? This is bullshit. I'm not enjoying Game of Thrones. I don't understand why they're doing this. Um, then we get to this episode. Surprisingly, and this is just from reading off the reactions, some of my followers on the Stardust app, which is an app, if you don't know, you can join for free. It lets you react to television shows, movie trailers, and you talk everything film and TV on the app. It's great. Great community. For the most part, there was one dipshit troll I had to block. Fuck that guy if he's watching. But anyways, People seem to enjoy it. They thought it was all right, but honestly, I thought it was a letdown. I was immensely disappointed, very underwhelmed. This episode, more than the other ones, I felt like the writing just took a nosedive. It was very rushed, just like a checklist. Like, okay, Daenerys dying, check. Jon Snow being sent to the Night's Watch, again, check. Arya just going on another solo mission, check. Tyrion being handed the king again, check. Sansa being Queen of the North, check. Bran being King of the Seven Kingdoms, what? Check, check, check. It just felt so unearned and unfulfilled, and the payoff wasn't satisfying to me. It just didn't ring true to these characters that we've been with for the past 8 seasons. I mean, this is it. We're not going to see these characters no more. Even if you like this episode, I don't see this series finale standing the test of time as being one of the most satisfying finales. Like, honestly, I don't see it at all. It ended on a whimper instead of a monumental, satisfying, memorable, grand scale, like, oh my god, that was just everything type series finale. Man, that was just such a bummer. I really love the show, but I feel like they really dropped the ball here. Especially with Daenerys. I feel like they did her character dirty. I feel so bad for Emilia Clarke. Those interviews they did with the celebrities, remember that they interviewed Emilia Clarke and she said best season ever in the most sarcastic smile. Even Kit Harington, who plays Jon Snow, in an interview said they asked him describe one word, how do you feel about the final season, and he said disappointing before he did a laugh like, oh haha, I was just joking. But I can kind of see that they were actually being honest. Oh man, what a disservice to Daenerys. I mean, if you're gonna go the full, the Mad Queen approach, why make it predictable? Why make it Jon, stabbing her, and the emotions weren't there. I didn't feel an ounce of emotion, and that's a problem because these characters, we've been through hell and back with. There should have been more of an emotional investment with these characters, and honestly, I didn't feel emotion. When Jon is distraught over murdering Daenerys, didn't feel nothing. The only part in this episode that I kind of did felt somewhat of an emotion was Tyrion finding Jaime and Cersei's body, because he feels solely responsible, and that's, at the end of the day, that is his family. Even Cersei, that's his sister, and Jaime was his brother, and that was handled fine. It's just everything else was, oh my god. You could tell the writers, D&D, everybody's everybody's just demanding their heads on a pike. I'm not like that mad at them, but vastly disappointed. You could tell they were definitely rushing along. I don't know why. Why couldn't this season be at least 8 episodes to kind of give more of the characters more breathing room and let the character arcs, develop and flow more organic and natural and just feel earned, because it was abrupt. Daenerys being the Mad Queen, okay, she's the Mad Queen, she's a villain, let's just kill her off. Like, what? I can't believe they did that. I think she deserved more. I would have been more satisfying, honestly, if it came later on in the episode, because we did that unnecessary time jump. Oh my god, I can't believe they did that. That gave me flashbacks of The Walking Dead, a show I used to love and defend, and I gave up on after the whole, Rick, getting rid of Rick Grimes and the way they did that. Oh, just... And then the time jump after that. If you've seen The Walking Dead, you know what I'm talking about. But that jarring time jump, I felt the same way with Game of Thrones. Not as jarring as The Walking Dead. That was way worse in my opinion. But still, it's like, really? I mean, again, like, I know everyone's argument that, Game of Thrones fans, if you love the show, if you love this series finale and it satisfied you, and you walked away being immensely satisfied, like, oh, that was a great series finale, I don't know what you're talking about. hey, that's fair. I totally understand. I respect your opinion. Respect mine. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. You know. I didn't feel the same way, unfortunately. Like, and I don't want to hear like, oh, could you have written it better? Because no, probably not. Like I'm not a writer or anything. But here's a thought. Just a thought. I don't know. I felt like it would have been better to, like I said, kill Daenerys maybe halfway through the episode, towards the end, or something. Just the way it was done, it was like Jon just shows up. She goes on talking about breaking the wheel and this, and he just stabs her. And they try to have an emotional moment, but it just felt forced. Daenerys doesn't even have any final words. She just dies. I mean, he didn't even stab her in the heart. He just stabbed her in the abdomen. So anticlimactic, just kind of disrespectful to her character. I mean, then just like, wow, really? That's it? God, I would have been fine with Daenerys living. Maybe have a little bit of a redemption arc where she claims to Jon she breaks the wheel. She doesn't. She said that, like maybe have her give the speech like, all this time she wanted the Iron Throne, and now that she has it, she feels nothing, unfulfilled. Maybe tell Jon about the that prophecy, that vision she had in season 2, where she saw the Iron Throne in a vision, in the House of the Undying, I believe, and realized that through all the fire and blood, she really has nothing at all, and she decides right then and there to have maybe Drogon burn the Iron Throne like he did, and just have the Unsullied and everybody else, the Dothraki, sail back to Meereen and rule there instead, and grant Jon, his wish, and the Stark's wish to remain an independent, um, you know, kingdom or whatever, and nobody sits on the Iron Throne. Everybody walks away. Would have been more satisfying to me, honestly, even because it's all about subverting expectations, and this just felt like so generic. Check, Daenerys dying. Check, like come on. And you're telling me the Unsullied wouldn't kill Jon? I thought Jon was gonna mount Drogon and burn the Unsullied, having no choice. That would have been better, and more understandable than just time jump. Jon has been a prisoner. It's like no fucking way, man. Especially when Grey Worm was giving Jon the look of daggers that he just wanted to kill him so bad. That would have been it. Like what? And then the Drogon carries off Daenerys' body and just disappears. And we only get mention of that at the end of the episode, where Brandon's like, "Oh, I'll try to locate her with my warging GPS." Like, are you fucking kidding me, man? It's just so bad. To me, it was just the writing. Yeah, I felt it this episode. I got to see it like, realize it. Like, my bias for this show wasn't enough to overlook that. I see people saying they ended it the best they could. I have to disagree. I think they could have ended it much better. Again, I'm not a writer. I know. Because I know they're going to be, well, you could have ended it better. I had to, deal with this fucking troll on Stardust that thought, that, oh, you could have wrote it better. And I'm not saying I could write it better. I'm just giving you my input, okay? I think the petition is fucking stupid. I've been defending this show for the past 5 episodes. You just can't agree on everything. It's just giving you my honest opinion. This is how I feel. I'm glad Tyrion survived. I thought it was very fitting, him being the new Hand of the King. I mean, what else are you going to do with his character? I'm glad Tyrion survived. I'm glad my boy survived. That was good. Bran. the Unbroken, or the Broken, whatever they call them. Just, no. No, I don't like it. I don't like the decision of making Bran the heir to the Iron Throne. And then he has like that smug fucking look where he's just like, this is the road I knew I always will end up in this road. Like, are you kidding me right now? What the? No, man. There's nothing to him, to Bran. He's just been this Bran the Bland. That's what they should call him. Been this hollow ass character. Like, I am the three-eyed raven. I foresee everything. Been useless. I felt like he should have died in the Long Night. He should have been dead. Because they were just saving him just to claim the throne. It's just, come on, it just, no way. I actually would have preferred Sansa. I thought she would have been a great ruler. I mean, they made her Queen of the North, which is cool. I love that imagery. I love that shot of her wearing the crown, and it's fitting. She is the Lady of Winterfell, and that was fine. I'm just saying, if anyone was gonna claim the throne, it should have been at least Sansa. It should have been Sansa, man. Like, instead of Bran, it's just like, what? Just because he has all this like knowledge and please, come on. I just wasn't satisfied with that decision. Um, Arya selling off to the west for God knows what, to be on another mission, being a loner again. Ah, no. I felt like she should have stayed in Winterfell with the Stark, with her sister, and or maybe stay with Bran in King's Landing, make sure like he's good. Would have rang more true to her character because the whole Ned Stark seeing her father being executed in King's Landing. Of course, she's gonna want to like watch over her brother, right? You like instead of just sailing off to the west of Westeros. Oh, I don't know what's out there. Let me go find out. Like, no, it just didn't ring true to me. Just like every character like decision just felt like forced, just to wrap up the story. Like, okay, put you here, put you here, put you here, and finita, we're done. It's like, come on, man. Everyone got the Ghost reunion though, so I'm happy. People were super upset that Jon didn't pet Ghost and say, "Atta boy, come here, Ghost." But he finally did this episode, so that was nice. That was a nice moment, I admit. But Jon going to Night's Watch, why? He started off in the Night's Watch and he ends in the Night's Watch. It's like, no. His watch has ended season 6, remember? Just, there's no point to the White Walker Night King threat. It's over. How are they going to man the Night's Watch? There is the gaping ass hole in the wall, like the writing of the show. It's like, what are they going to defend? Like, come on. Like him be like Grey Worm again. Grey Worm was just cool with like Jon Snow going to Night's Watch. It's just bullshit. I don't see how the Dothraki and the Unsullied, came this far with Daenerys, and as soon as she died, they're just gonna be all civilized and peaceful about it. They have no problems killing all the Lannister army and all the innocent civilians, raping, killing, and just doing all this horrendous shit. The moment their queen dies, they just, okay, fam, we're just gonna be neutral now. I don't fucking buy that. That's just, no, it's terrible writing. Like, Jon would have been dead the second they found out. I thought he was gonna rush quick to try to save Tyrion, maybe fight some of the Unsullied on the way, maybe have throw down with Grey Worm, something, maybe Mount Drogon and burn the Unsullied, and like just that would have been more believable. But no. We just have that lame excuse of a time jump. It just did not work for me. I didn't buy it. With all of them sitting there, the dude from River Run, the one of the Tullys, the nephew, and we had like that awkward, unfunny moment. They're trying to add some humor, some levity to this episode. Why? Especially after the dark shit we saw, the Anakin Skywalker episode of, episode 5, where Daenerys burnt innocent people. You're gonna have Dingleberry Tully here just, oh, I accidentally butt my sword. Oh, I should be, the king. Like, sit your ass down. No, don't. Is this like Marvel? We're gonna have some Marvel jokes in here now. Like, come on. Yeah. Yeah. So that, and then they all. It was great seeing Yara. I felt like Yara could have been better utilized this season. Another character that was just sidelined and wasted. I felt like Yara should have been the one to kill Euron instead of Jaime fighting Euron. Jaime versus Euron was not necessary. It was probably the most boring fight this season. It was like, really? Who wanted to see that? Oh yeah, Jaime Lannister versus Euron. I fucked the Queen Greyjoy. No, it should have been Yara. Yara should have came back with her fleet. And it was episode 4 when Daenerys returned to Dragonstone. It would have been more fitting. And then her finding out about how Theon sacrificed his life, dying a hero, would have been a great scene. They should have added that. That's what I'm saying. 6 episodes weren't enough. 8 episodes would have been at least better, you know? Um, yeah, so, yeah, Bronn is there at the council table. You know, who else is there? Sam, he's the new maester. Brienne is in the Night Guard. That was a nice scene. I did like that scene with her filling in Jaime's, memoirs, like, filling in his story in that book. That was a nice scene. I did like that. It just everything else just sorry. It was underwhelming. Honestly, this is it. This is the final episode, guys. I can't stress that enough. No more Game of Thrones after this. So I can't wrap my head around just being like okay with what we got. It's like no. At least for me, I just it is what it is. It's over. It's unfortunate it's over. Do I hate this show? No, I do not hate this show. Let me make that very clear. I do not hate the show. Being disappointed with the series finale is one thing, but it wasn't enough to make me completely hate the show. The journey has been incredible. It's just, the final season, man. Damn. We were off to a great start. Those first 2 episodes were great. Even episode 3 was great up until that, questionable decision. Then we kind of like bounced back a little bit in episode 4. Episode 5 just went for it, and I was like, oh shit, was shocked, was kind of perplexed, but still loved it from a visual standpoint. I mean, we got fucking Clegane Ball, like, oh my god, and then the dragon destroying King's Landing, just insane. So credit to the cast and crew, the directors, and everybody involved for making this happen. Amazing. But still, it just doesn't excuse just to get lazy with the writing and just wrap up the story in the most formulaic, generic, convenient way possible. It's like, come on. I thought you were better than this, Game of Thrones. Come on, Especially, these events that unfolded with Ned Stark's execution, Blackwater, Red Wedding. You know what I mean? Like, it just seemed like a step down from the greatness of Game of Thrones. I feel like I'm missing something else. That's about it. Yeah, it's over. It's a bummer. I was disappointed with the series finale. And that's all I gotta say about it. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10. It's a low rating. I know it's a low score. 5 out of 10. It's just how I feel, honestly. It's just, man, I'm gonna go to sleep and forget about Game of Thrones. Honestly, it's just, it wasn't that impactful to me. That's the sad part. We're not gonna be looking back on this series finale. We're gonna be thinking about the other great seasons, like, the Red Wedding, Blackwater, Battle of the Bastards, the Winds of Winter, Cersei blowing up the Sept, the Spoils of War, Daenerys attacking the train loot carts, all that great shit. But I feel like nobody's going to be looking back on this season and, oh my god, that was so great, wasn't it? Like, I don't foresee that in the future. But anyways, that's my opinion. That's my review of the Game of Thrones Episode 6 of Season 8, the final season, the series finale. What did you think about it? Were you disappointed? Were you satisfied? Did this exceed all your expectations? Did it meet it? How do you feel about this season? Where does it rank up? How would you have ended it if you could have? Where did you want to see all the characters? Comment down below. Let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. If you're finding my channel for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like if you want. And also hit that notification bell. Stay tuned to any videos that I post. I'll catch you guys in the next one.